Calaroga Shark Media.
Well, the Lorne Michaels Shane Gillis SNL story keeps changing. Hi, I'm Johnny Mac with your daily comedy news. Lorne said it wasn't his decision to kick Shane Gillis off the show. You may recall Shane Gillis was going to be in the cast and then wasn't. Lorne Michaels told the Wall Street Journal, Shane said something stupid, but it got blown up into the end of the world. I was angry. I thought, you haven't seen what we're going to do and what I'm going to try to bring out in him because I thought he was the real thing. The Shane thing was 2019. It's been 5 years, Lorne. I don't know. Now that he's popular? Oh, yeah, I always love Shane Gillis. What's going on here? According to Lorne, NBC made the call. That was very strong from the people in charge, and obviously I was not on that side, but I understood it. Michael said he has stayed in touch with Gillis, as Shane has now become one of the country's top acts. I don't know if you know this, SNL is turning 50, and we're going to talk about it every day. Ricky Gervais has a new special. You know, I was tempted. I saw on Friday that he added a second show to Radio City, and I was like, maybe I should go see Ricky Gervais. And then I was like, I'd have to go all the way into Manhattan. It's easier to get to L.A. from my house than Manhattan. Manhattan from New Jersey is a nightmare. I'm serious. You get somebody to drop you at Newark Airport, you get on a plane, you listen to podcasts for 6 hours, you're in L.A. You know how annoying it is to take a train or a bus or to drive, heaven forbid, to New York City? And then once you get to Manhattan, there's nothing to do with your car. Even if you have $1,000, there is nowhere to put it. Slight exaggeration. Don't Hasan Minhaj me there. I have digressed. Ricky Gervais has a new tour. It is called Mortality. Louis Chilton reviewed it for The Independent and didn't like it. He writes, few comedians have been altered so drastically by the sickly mirror of social media than Ricky Gervais, the man who was once comedy's great television innovator. What makes Gervais such a curious case is that little of his work feels particularly modern. There's nothing really about any of his TV projects. Brilliantly biting The Office and Extras, mawkish care home dramedy Derek, Warwick Davis-fronted cringe sitcom Life's Too Short, award-winning grief comedy Afterlife that really situates it in the era of Twitter feeds and Instagram filters. I don't think we had those when the UK office started, but again, I digress. His stand-up comedy, too, which has rematerialized this week with the launch of a new UK tour, is in its choice of material almost doggedly atavistic. Hope I said the word right, and I don't know what it means. I'm looking it up. Looks like I pronounced it correctly, atavistic, relating to or characterized by reversion to something ancient or ancestral. If you go to a Ricky Gervais show, you will invariably see him fixate on age-old subjects such as religion, science, or philosophy. His frames of reference would not be so very out of place half a century ago, and yet Gervais's recent work is utterly immersed in the discourse churn of the Twitter sphere. His routines now devote considerable energy towards ridiculing those online dissenters who have called him out for ableism or transphobic comedy and goading them with more of the same. The Telegraph's review says that Ricky seems like a man who used to be the funniest bloke in the pub delivering material written after spending too much time online. It's a damning assessment, perhaps because it feels so plainly true. Then this article gets into Ricky being on Twitter all the time and Twitter being owned by Elon Musk and some Elon Musk commentary that I think is, for somebody who is digressing a lot today, I think we're a little far afield here. Let's get back to the comedy part. Ricky has not been canceled, not even close. What value, then, is there in molding his entire persona around opposition to a force that has no material power? By aiming his munitions at a nebulous enemy, online backlash, the quote-unquote woke mob, he's waging a battle that can never be won or lost, so he's free to keep shooting again and again and again. I was going to talk in the second half of the podcast about Hasan Minhaj's special, but I guess let me jump into that here, so I'm all over the place today, right? So now we're talking about Hasan Minhaj's special, which is fantastic. I'll give you a review in a second, but where my brain went is Hasan makes a good point about how he got, hung out in the media for exaggerating things for comedic effect. Maybe Ricky is just crafty and realizes, oh, this persona works and people laugh at it and I make money and then I go home and donate money to animal charities. Maybe he knows exactly what he's doing, and maybe you're thinking way too much about what the onstage persona is. I've never met Ricky the man, but maybe it's an act, you know? All right, Hasan Minhaj, while I brought it up. Really liked it. The first 30 minutes of Hasan is compelling but not funny. High energy speech giving. Then around the 30-minute mark, the jokes start coming fast and furious and some laugh out loud stuff. He has at that point set the crowd up for a lot of pins that he knocks down in the second half of the special. Really strong. I'll come back to him in the second half of the podcast. Back to Ricky Gervais. The Daily Mail's review said Ricky has admitted he may have finally gone too far. The joke about Jimmy Savile. Sir James Wilson Vincent Seville was an English media personality and DJ. If you Google Jimmy, you will see words like sexual abuse and the most disgusting human being I've ever met and survivors, so you can get what's going on there. I'm here to do a comedy podcast, so let's not go there. But Ricky Gervais claims he may have gone too far with a joke about Jimmy. The Daily Mail tells us the hour-long show includes some controversial gags, which is unsurprising, given Gervais' unapologetic attitude with jokes about disabled children, Gandhi, and another about Pakistan's Sharia laws. Another approach to comedy is what Sebastian Maniscalco does, and Hulu likes it, and they've added him to Hularious. Hey, Hulu publicists, get back to me, man. Looks like whoever did this press release had a tap dance. The special, which is not yet dated, is, now listen to this, this is the most generic Sebastian Maniscalco description possible, is expected to tackle what Maniscalco sees as the absurdities of modern life, from non-existent manners and wallet wins prices to the chaos of social media. Yeah, that's what he does. It'll be filmed during his current It Ain't Right tour. Sebastian gave a statement. How many times do you catch yourself thinking, it ain't right? This special is my way of uniting us. That's so hacky. This special is my way of uniting us to laugh at the ridiculousness of the world around us, and I'm thrilled to share it with my fans. So get your sweats on, pop yourself some popcorn, and get ready to laugh. No date on this, but Hulu is not messing around. So now we have Gaffigan, Bill Burr, Sebastian, Chris DiStefano, Alana Glazer, Jessica Kirson, Mateo Lane, Atsuko Akatsuka, and Roy Wood. They're going to do one of these a month. So let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we got 4 more to go. Fortune Feimster will get a Netflix special on December 3rd. This one called Crushing It. Fortune shares hilarious stories from her life, including her romantic honeymoon with her wife and her reflections on no longer being her mom's surrogate husband. The special will be packed with Fortune's take on navigating relationships, personal growth, and the hilarities of everyday life. Sacha Baron Cohen was on The Tonight Show and dusted off both Borat and Ali G. I'm not going to attempt either impression here, but Borat facetiously asked Donald Trump, "You say in Ohio that people eat the cats and the dogs. What restaurant do they serve them at? Can you get me a reservation, please? In my country, we have KFC, Kazakh fried cat." He then made a joke about it being... I don't even know how to clean this up. Body part licking good. Think about it. Cats, you got it. Move on. Fallon asked Borat what he would say to Kamala Harris. Borat, not Johnny Mac, said, "You are a woman, a person of colors, and married to a Jew. I advise you not to come to Kazakhstan. You have already made 3 out of 4 crimes punishable by death. Please do not tell me that you have also made sexy time with an underage bear." Borat added, "Mr. Trump, sir, that remind me. After your visit 5 years ago to the Almighty Beautiful Bear pageant, we paid the hush monies to gather the grizzly. Problem solved. Thank you for your nuclear secrets in return." Fallon asked Ali G what he would say to Trump. Again, no impressions out of me today. Ali G said, "Yo, Mr. Trump, you've been convicted of 32 crimes. You stole classified documents. You boned enough porn stars, and you never pay no taxes. Respect. You my hero." Ali G to Harris, "When me look at you on the television, me get a massive election." Ali G assured both candidates, "Whatever happened, me is just glad that the next president won't have white skin. Johnny Carson has rolled over in his grave." I do have one more Sacha Baron Cohen item, and I just wanted to get into the commercial break on the Johnny Carson line. Sasha pledged $500,000 in donations to the International Rescue Committee and Save the Children USA to aid in their work in war-torn Sudan, where 11 million people have been displaced. An estimated 755,000 people are living in famine-like conditions there. Nice job by Sasha. The National Comedy Center has launched a special exhibit to honor Norman Lear's legacy of civic engagement. There's an installation inside the Comedy Center in Jamestown, New York, and an online companion exhibit featuring rare archival materials and curated excerpts from Lear's sitcoms. On Lear's 99th birthday in 2021, he reflected, "The right to vote is foundational. It is the heart of everything I've fought for in war and peacetime. Protecting voting rights should not be today's struggle, but it is. And that means it is our struggle, yours and mine, for as long as we have breath and strength. As I've been saying on recent episodes, it's going to be really hard not to talk about politics for these next 10 days or so. I will strongly encourage you to vote. Vote for whoever you want, but vote." And this next story makes me sad. The Back to the Future musical is ending its Broadway run. I immediately texted my daughter, who's much more into the Broadway shows than I am, and I said, "We got to go see this. You're in charge." So she's getting us tickets. Back to the Future, the musical, will end its Broadway run on January 5th. The musical opened in August of 2023, will have been on Broadway for 18 months when it closes. It has sold $80 million in tickets. but received mixed critical reviews and has seen a gradual decline in grosses and attendance. But good news, producers plan to open 4 productions in the next 18 months, including Germany, Japan, and an 8-year deal with Royal Caribbean to play the musical in its full physical form on the Star of the Seas ship. That's your comedy news for today. If you enjoy the program, tell a friend about it. They might like it too. If you would like the show without commercial interruption, click the banner if you're on Apple Podcasts. You can at least do the 30-day free trial. Why wouldn't you? And then after that, it's $5 a month. If you're not on Apple Podcasts, link in the show notes. I'll tell you how that works. See you tomorrow. Wait, don't leave. I forgot. I totally forgot. Don't leave. Are you still here? Think of all the people that heard me heading for the lockout and they bailed on the podcast. They're going to miss this part. Now, I could edit this into the middle, but I like doing these things like the way they actually transpired. It's more fun. Hasan Minhaj's special. It's really good. Like I said, first 30 minutes, he's kind of setting up the pins, knocks him down in the final 30. Liked it a lot. High energy. He looks good. And I was watching it going, this guy should probably just host The Daily Show. I also watched Des Bishop's Of All People. That was on YouTube. It's really good. As soon as you hit play on it, the very first thing that happens in the special, you'll be like, oh, okay. It's a really strong opener that immediately made me go, oh, wow. I was going to watch Ali Wong, but I was tired and didn't get to it. I was falling asleep in the comfy chair. What was I watching? I had something on and I passed out during it. I think it was just a YouTube video and I woke up and suddenly it was today, but I do want to watch Ali. All right, here's my list right now. Best of 2024. Roast of Tom Brady, 2, Attell, 3, Triumph, 4, David Cross, 5, James Adomian, Path of Most Resistance. Go find that on YouTube. 6, Dusty Slay, 7, Kinane. 8, Matt Rife was good. 9, Sam Morrell. 10, Dimitri Martin. 11, Des Bishop. Okay, you paying attention? I have that at 11, and right behind it, Hasan Minhaj, 12, both better than Jimmy Carr, Phil Wang, and Chad Daniels. That's the end of Tier 1. Some other things that I liked, but there's a bit of a gap here down to these. Ellen, Greg Fitzsimmons, Cat Williams, Hannah Gadsby, Connor O'Malley, Brian Simpson, Tig Notaro, Taylor Tomlinson, Rachel Feinstein, Joe Rogan, remember his live special in August? And I even liked Adam Sandler's Love Ya. I know, right? Now, I already said goodbye, so I'm not going to do that again. I'm just going to awkwardly leave.